Hello. Hello there. What's up, Casper? Casper. Okay. So. What are we doing? What shall we watch first? So, Ladder League was on. Ladder League tournament was on Saturday. Who's on the FAF? My goodness. Maybe. Might be Swackle, but I don't... no, it's not Swackle. Swackle actually doesn't have access to the FF account. I will guess... Rowie. Ah, there we go. Knew it. What's up, Noah? Okay. So, we have a decent few games that we could watch. Let me check out. How about this? Okay. Yeah, let's watch. Alright, we have a choice. We can watch POV, my POV stuff, or we can watch replays. If anyone has preference, let me know, but I'm thinking replays right now. POV could come later. Yeah, I saw the post, yeah. I did. The Gaming Pie. Cool. Greetings to you. Replays are nice, says Morton. I agree. Replays are nice. Andrew says POV. Brian reinstalled FAF. Excellent. We will watch some POV as well. Alright. So. This is from round 1. I can link you the challenge. Don't click it if you don't want spoilers. But here you go. If you do want to look at that. Silvio, you're buying a new laptop just to play FAF. Cool. Now, laptops aren't the greatest thing for FAF. I will be honest. But, I mean, if you get a decent laptop, it should be able to handle it. But, yeah, considering it's so CPU intensive, it might have heat issues. Potentially. Hopefully not, though. Alright, so we got Auto Noob. Previously, Autopsy. Autopsy is a better name. But Polikov. who is a French player. So both these guys are like around 1800, 1900, as far as I know. So, Popo has Seraphim. Oops. Auto with Cybran. So a couple of Selines on the move. And yeah, I mean it's almost a mistake not to make Selines, to be honest, because they can kill NGs and they give great intel as well. So definitely good to send them out. However, you need to keep an eye on them, because if you don't, then you're going to run into a Mantis. Oh, he actually cloaked in time. Holy crap, that was close. He took one shot from the Mantis. Now, if he was really on point, he would ground fire. Oh, he's trying to ground fire. But no. He missed the spot. He doesn't know where it is now. But he does know now that he can't allow an engineer to arrive here undefended. So whenever an engineer gets here, there has to be a tank with it. Otherwise, the Celine will uncloak and kill the NG. So overall, seems like both of them have very slow expansion. Like if you look, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 factories finished on the top side. There's 4 here, 2 here, 1, and the main expansions are not taken at all. Here comes 1 engineer to begin the process, but that's quite slow. Nice raid. Also ending up in the expansion and not defending it while being super late, not a good move here. This tank is fantastic. But he needs to micro. There's so many kills to be gotten. Oh my god. And no reaction from Auto at the moment. And he did send an NG alone into the expansion. Ow. Oh no. Oh my god, guys. This thing just killed the NG here, and it killed 5 engineers here. It has 6 kills on a Mantis. This guy should have more kills, but he's not being micro properly, so he's gonna go down. What the hell, man? The damage. How, like, protect your engineers, my friends. Did you enjoy Dyson's Sphere program? Did you get to run any better? You know, honestly, I haven't played it since that stream. I have been playing a lot of Warhammer 2. That's what I've been playing it way too much of right now. This tank is still alive, by the way. Just want to point that out. Bomber with no kills. There's no expansion. And this Celine survives after getting a kill on an NG. So if we just check out the intel he gets here, that is just unbelievably valuable to have that intel. But yeah, usually the AC would be in the expansion sooner than this, which basically locks it down because, you know, it's a small choke point there. So usually the ACU is here. Also, it's good to note that, like, relatively this position is maybe slightly, this is more exposed than this expansion, just to point out. Here's a kill for a bomber. He also probably killed a little bit of reclaim as well. Like, if you look at this expansion, there's kind of a terrain in front of the expansion. So it's a little bit less exposed than say this one where there's nothing in front of the expansion. So sending the ACU here might be a little bit better. Same on the other side, you would send the ACU to the top side, but it's not a big deal. So it looks like Otto is the one going into middle first to try and get this juicy mass fab reclaim. And he's got Tech 2 land. I am wondering if he'll just go quickly to Tech 3. Tech 2 coming pretty late for Popo. Did 120 hours the first week of launch. Yeah. It is that kind of game, isn't it? Let's build a wall section in front of expansion. Yeah, no, I mean, walls are good. Unironically, build a wall here, building a wall here. Walls on this map are good. But walls are probably one of the most underused tools, actually. So yeah, Tech 3 land. That's what I was expecting. Some quick Tech 3. You can certainly make a lot of Tech 2 on this map. But at this point, like, it looks like you'd kind of want a little bit more intel, for sure, to know whether you're going to get rolled by the enemy as you go to Tech 3. But to be honest, if we look at it, there's only one Tech 2 max, right? Compared with 6, 7 Tech 2 maxes. So that tells me easily, like, if the opponent makes 7 Tech 2 maxes and you have 1, you're not going to get run over by units as you rush Tech 3, right? It's just not going to happen, because if you assume that, you know, they're relatively similar in efficiency. Now, if they're just better, they're way more efficient, then sure, you might get run over. But it's very unlikely. Now, one thing I don't like is that he rushes Tech 3, but he makes, like, why does he make 5 T2 support factories? Like, right now, he needs to stop making Tech 2 land. So these factories it's just very wasteful to upgrade all these factories, and he's got engineers assisting them. And he just can't afford all of this. If you're going to go Tech 3 land fast, you can make, like, you know, 2 factories. Maybe you make 1 in each expansion. Maybe 2. And you make some rhinos, sure. Or hoplites if you want. But making 5 support factories, making loads of Tech 2 land, like, that's a serious Tech 2 switch. If he had maybe stayed at Tech 2 for longer, I think that could have been pretty strong. He could have a seriously powerful Rhino army, but it slowed down his Tech 3 land. He could have had Tech 3 land faster. And the Rhinos, well, he's going to need to focus on making bricks very soon, so yeah. Not sure that was the best idea. I would not advise that. You can just think of it like this. So basically, if you're going to go Tech 3 land really fast, you want to absolutely minimize the number of Tech 2 support factories. And the later you go to Tech 3 land, the more support factories you're going to need before you get there. Similar with going Tech 2 land. If you're going to go Tech 2 land fast, you don't make a load of Tech 1 land factories. If you're going Tech 2 late, then yeah, you're going to be making a lot more Tech 1 factories. So it's a bit of a sliding scale, but generally that's the way it works. It's the way it ought to work. So moving into this expansion, there's really not much here. This is some Tech 1 army, PD. There's what, 1 Ilshavo here? 1 Ilshavo versus several rhinos, a couple of loyalists, 3 loyalists. And he can run over this expansion. He can run over it. He needs to, in fact. There's even a Tech 2 mechs here. Nice reclaim. Yeah, he needs to not hang around here. Every second counts. This expansion could already be dead. On the other side, Popo stepping forward with only the gun. 15 minutes in and he only has a gun upgrade. I would kind of expect to have Nano at least, or, well, at least Tech 2. Or Regen. One of the cheaper upgrades, but Nano preferably, for sure. PDs shoot into the terrain. Yeah, the PDs in this expansion really need to be back quite far because of the terrain in front. So the expansion is dead. And he should be looking for more damage, but right now he's looking into this expansion, which is getting run over. So he's actually getting run over, although he does have a brick here. His factories will go down, the PDs, the mexes should go down as well. But the army will be lost for Popo. Because there's Tech 3 units here. And there's not much army left now. However, he has killed the expansion. If he focuses the factory, killing this Tech 3 support factory would be very nice. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Now, over here, if you look, he's kind of hung around in the same position for a long time. He definitely should have killed the expansion faster here. And then he can just run down through here or around here. Attack this expansion. Then you just keep your opponent chasing you. Then you head over here and you put a little bit of pressure here. Now he has some defenses. Maybe this could be defended, but you need to keep your army on the move. He hung around here, killed the expansion, hung around even longer, and then guess what? Yeah, Autumns show up and kill your army. And if you look at the base, you have to send the units out of either side. You can't go out the middle. So if you're over here and you start running this way and the enemy has come around this way, then they're nowhere close to you. So abuse keep the movement going. What's up, Fluff? You're welcome. Better YouTube stream titles. Yeah. I should, but you know, fucking. I'll think about it. Right, Tech 3 P-Gen done. That's gonna be really nice for his economy. Still on Tech 2 Air. I would have thought he would switch Tech 3 Air now. Auto is going Tech 3 Air. I recommend, right, if you're going Tech 3 Air, don't wait to go Tech 3 Air before you start building the P-Gen, because look, he has Tech 3 land for a long time, so he should make a Tech 3 P-Gen here, or sorry, a Tech 3 NG, have the P-Gen going, and yeah, because it'll be faster. It's more effective, makes more sense, but also, can he really afford to go Tech 3 Air? Mass wise, no, he can't. He really needs to, you know, maybe have one less support factory doing stuff. He needs to really get the reclaim and get these mexes up to Tech 2. So he's got a lot of Tech 1. Also, you can consistently do damage in these sides. So yeah, sending one Tech 3 unit up there, especially Loyalist, is good for the speed. You can see Popo doing a similar thing, but he's investing 2 Autumns. Now the counter to these kind of things, where people send 1 or 2 Tech 3 units to the sides, is to just drop units directly on top of them. Like if you have a Tech 2 transport, which you should definitely have on this map, you should always have Tech 2 transports. They make your Tech 3 land so much more powerful. And say if there's a Loya running here, you just drop an Autumn on it, or even 2 Autumns, and kill it, get the reclaim, protect your expansion. Similar up here, you can drop 2 bricks to the side, kill the Autumns, and then, you know, bring the bricks somewhere else more useful. Now Auto has middle, not to be underestimated. That's 8 mexes. 8 mexes. That's a lot. That's almost 3 Tech 2 mexes. Makes a huge difference. And we have a Tech 3 mex. We have another one on the way. We have 1 Tech 3 mechs for Popo. And that's it. Yeah, 1 Tech 3 mechs. So it actually looks quite even. But who has the bigger army? This is the question. 31,000 mass in units versus only 22. So yeah, definitely advantage to Auto in the army. However, his army is very split up. So as you can see, here's 1 brick way out in front fighting on its own. The other bricks aren't doing anything. And he's actually going to lose a brick because of that. He has 2 bricks up the side here. 2 bricks here. 3 bricks here. 2 bricks here. So this is what you need to do. For 1, you need intel. Because some of these bricks aren't using their full range. And now the Othams are in close. The next thing, you have to keep your forces concentrated. So now this is the right thing to do. He's bringing his units together. But now he should commit to this. He should commit to this. There's damage to be done. But well, okay, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. There was a little bit more damage to be done than he did, but okay. Now he did kill the 2 Othams up here, which is nice, and he's actually sent engineers to reclaim them. That's nice. This is a huge area of interest. A lot of dead Othams and a couple of dead bricks. So yeah, bricks versus Othams. Bricks beat Othams with micro because they have superior range. They're more expensive, so they have more concentrated forces because you need less of them for the same price. And so for Popo, he's going to need Tech 3 mobile artillery, or more commonly snipers. Also the commander can be... Oh, wait. Does he have splash gun? He does. He has the second gun. He has double gun nano. Oh my god. Get moving. Alright, so now what he needs to make some Tech 3 anti-air. Should make some Tech 3. If he had like 3 of those, he would be absolutely sound, and he could just move forward, put on huge amounts of pressure, maybe even drop forward, potentially. Tech 3 air, perhaps? Yes, Tech 3 air is up, and he's going straight for a strap bomber. I'm noticing a huge mass stall. He's only got 87 income. He's trying to make a Tech 3 max. He has way too many factories. Way too many. At this point, he's still making loads of inties, which is, again, not efficient. With a lot of assistance. Oh, no. Alright, you can... That's so much mass in scouts when you're stalling minus 300. Nathas coming in. Inti's following. So that's 3 dead T2 maxes and their storages. That was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Nathas. That's quite a lot of Nathas, to be honest. And now a huge army. Did he just lose his whole army on the left hand side? Oh well, he didn't have much there actually. Only a few Othams, so now Auto putting huge amount of pressure on this side. This strat needs to be microed carefully, and it's not being microed. And the ACU still is not doing anything useful. Yeah, the strat under attack now by ASF, it's gonna get sniped. Oh, and where are these units going? Where's the ACU going? He's trying to get into a transport. Is he gonna drop back here to try and kill this army? Is that what he's gonna do? What he needs to, what would be the most beautiful thing to do would be to simply drop in the base and kill the entire base. That would be my favorite end to this game. Problem is there's ASF. However, he has ASF as well, so it's entirely possible that he could get to the base. Honestly, you imagine he lands here, he can just walk into the ACU. If the ACU gets out of range, he can kill all of the power extremely fast. And then all the units will run back towards him, but, well, if he wins air, then he can drop in the base, kill everything, and leave. There are no SAMs, as far as I can tell. No. I see no SAMs. Come on, get in the transport. He's just dropped back here and the bricks have left now. Still has less than 5,000 mass killed. And he's invested over 5k just in the second gun. Just in the second gun. Almost 2k in the nano, so we're up to like 7,200, 8,000 mass invested, plus a lot of power. But I hate that he made that weapon, because now I'm just thinking of all the things that are possible and how he's not doing any of them. And he drops and the bricks go away again. Because of course they do. Now this looks like a bad fight for Auto. He should not be moving in here. And Popo should not be chasing him. He really should not be chasing him at all. You can see the shorter range weapons not firing for the Optims at all, just the longer range cannon. And Auto looks to be extremely far ahead at this point. He's taken this expansion. At that point, what can really be achieved? Oh, air loss. Big air loss for Auto. He does actually fly away with several ASF, but yeah, that could have gone worse, in fact, but it didn't. T3 Air Factory is idle now. Meanwhile, there's a grid forming for Auto. Why'd you make this gun and debate me like that? Why? Oh, it looks like he's finally getting into range of some bricks. Wait, he doesn't have intel, does he? Oh, he does. Maybe there is stealth there. Okay, finally getting some value for the ACU. However, he's going to lose bricks doing it. Or Optims. And just like that, he actually managed to get into one fight with this ACU and he did almost 10k mass damage. This needed to happen a long time ago, but still, 20k mass on the ground now for him to reclaim is very helpful, but too little too late though. I am afraid that is too little too late. He's lost too much. He's back to building ASF. Now, what's Auto gonna do? He could make like a megalith. He doesn't really have that much T3 land production, honestly. He has... Okay, he's making a spider. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend building a spider right next to P-Gen, by the way. It's a little bit dangerous. But, yeah, he's got 45 bricks. I mean, that is severe. He's going to be able to walk through this base, no problem. No problem at all, especially with the snipers not moving. I mean, not that it really mattered, honestly. They were going to die anyway, but... still sucks. And he says GG there. Oh. Come on. Oh, the fact that he had splash gun for so long really hurts me. So sad to just watch it mill around, shooting nothing for the majority of the game. But okay. SSSS. Just finished my weekly ban of 2 weeks for toxicity. That's pretty impressive that you get a weekly ban of 2 weeks. You must be super toxic. Otto's God, did he win already? That was him winning. Okay, what else should we check out? King of Cybern? I don't know actually. Who should we watch? We could watch. How about Swackle and Blast Shield? Let's see what their games were like. Oh, what the hell? Okay, the first game is actually not there. The replay is not there. What's up, Mosey? How's it going? Okay. Whoa. $20 by $20. Map gen. Long ass shit day. Damn. What is this map about? Well, let's see. Oh, we got Salem wreckage. Oh, it's still not over, Mosey. Fuck. We got a lot of wreckages around, actually. We have 1, 2, 3 Salem wreckages on each side. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 factories on each side to reclaim naval factories. I think they're like, what, Tech 2 support? Is that what they are? And in total on the map, there's only about 20k mass, but the fact that it's in specific wreckages, very specific wreckages, means that you can actually take it way faster than if it was, say, 20k of just rocks spread around. Now, it is probably like half and half rocks and wreckages, but that's still significant to be able to grab it that fast, as long as you make some drops, which are going to be absolutely necessary. So you have a few trees to be grabbed. Interestingly, he's walking past the mechs. I know, the factories are bigger. They're much bigger. Look. So I don't really know what you mean. The destroyers are not as big as factories. Oh, worth less mass. Oh, okay. I get you. Okay, so yeah, second air from both of them, no doubt at all. I mean, there's no reason to build. I mean, second navy is a bit of a meme. Also, only really possible if you're right next to the shore, but really not worth it anyway. On a map like this, it's gonna be second air. It's gonna be how quick can you expand? Transports, and where do we drop? I feel like if you're on Swakkel's position, you can, yeah, you walk to this one, sure. Blast has not walked to this one, actually, which is maybe a mistake. Not building this mech seems a bit suspect. He has gotten this wreckage here. It's gone now. But, oh my god, walking? Okay, yeah, his build range shouldn't be that large. I gotta say, I also don't really like that. Yeah, he's, yeah. This is why I don't like it, because, yeah, holy shit. He could have been building pigeons this whole time. Could have been building pigeons this whole time, but he just walked, and then he's like, oh, that was dumb, because now I'm picking up all of the, I'm wasting reclaim, by the way. Just click away from this, please. Oh, oh no. And yeah, he picked up all his build power to take away, because that's why he built the transporter. That's what it's gonna do. So he completely, like, balls that up, I gotta say. Blast Shield has 2 factories now. Does he have a transport? Okay, that's a bit surprising now. Not having a transport at this point, also not building one. Okay, there's one. I would rather build it in this one, because it'll, you know, you have engineers there to assist it. This is gonna build, you know, kind of slowly. It takes, what, over a minute? No, sorry, 40 seconds. Let's give the mechs to save energy early. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't really... The way I read it was they skipped the mechs to get the reclaim faster. Maybe also saving energy is a part of it, but... Yeah, I didn't really like that. Also, one engineer building this hydro? This thing is going to be very valuable. Only one NG there is a bit of a mistake. By the time this one arrives, the hydro will be completed. And yeah, Swakkel dropping on mass. Wait, is he? Is there wreckage there? No, there wasn't. And he's dropping here, but he's not dropping on the Salem. At least there is a beach here, so you can come down and reclaim the wreckages, but he's overflowing. Stop it. Okay, I can't look at that. Right, Blast Shield. Still hasn't taken his Salem wreckage here. He's got a second transport out now, which is nice, actually. He's kind of late in the first one, so make up for it and just make 2. Cool. That's good. He needs to just... He needs more engineers, though. In his base, he needs several more pigeons right now. He needs to keep building them. Pick up a few NGs, get these to build more power, and maybe just eco a little bit. Get some eco going, continue building naval factories as well. Get this naval spam going. What's up, Stefan? Swakkel now stalling. I wonder how much mass he overflowed. You know what? I don't want to know. Blast has the opposite problem, where he literally just is not going for any of the wreckages. So that's an issue. Also, he has got Tech 2 Air, though. That's nice. The Tech 2 Air is nice. Where's the other transport? He actually... Where is it? Oh, it's all the way up here. I love how he's getting this one before he gets this one or this one. Over here, oh, he's about to find himself in a bad situation. T2 Pigeon will be super nice. Well, to be honest, it will, but also he doesn't really need it right now. Yeah, I'll check after the game. if I can bear it. Swackle making another transport. Takes out the transport of Blast as well. And, oh, Swackle actually lost his transport here and an engineer on board. Oh. Bombed. Factory denied. Reclaim stolen. Very nice bomber there. 4 kills, in fact. Maybe he bombed the transport to death. Couple of gunships out. Swackle defending this expansion with a bomber. He's actually already killed 2 NGs with that, which is very nice. And there's another NG coming. Blast now will spot the bomber as well. He has a scout there. Always good to scout ahead of your drops. But overall, Swackle with... Wow, he actually lost all of this to a bomber. So, looking messy. But overall, like... Swackle has done better. Like, Blast has virtually no expansion. He has, like, these, which is kind of crappy. This is just 1 max. He doesn't have this, nor this. And he doesn't have anything on Swackle's side either. So, all of his major expansions are missing as we approach 10 minutes. That is... I mean, could be described as catastrophic. However, Swackle is missing 2 of his 3. He does have this one. And he's actually seems to be... Well, he's going to retake this one. And... the top one... looks like Blast would take this. He's going to take this before he takes any of his other expansions, which is... shocking. Tech 2 Max. Oh, 2 Tech 2 Max is paused. So close to completion. Do not ever do this. If you get this close, just finish the upgrade. Finish. Come on. There we go. Like, I don't think there's anything he absolutely urgently needed that he paused for, to be honest. There goes the anti-air. There won't be another one in time. And the gunships will clean up this expansion basically as soon as it's been built. So anti-air needs a lab, actually. A lab would do the trick. A couple of labs, yeah, there we go. Labs queued, get out of the way of these energies. Swackle's not paying attention. And is actually just getting reclaimed. I don't really think making T2 Max is that big an issue. There's no rule that says you have to have your expansions before you can make T2 Max. That's just like a... it's an idea. It can be quite true, but it's not necessarily true. Bomber? Bomber? Drop? No? Oh yeah, he got a couple of kills, but he's going to lose his P-Gen now. ACU needs to move in after the Medusa. ACU's stuck, he says. Oh shit, that... okay, I see. Ow. Yeah, that's a decent bit of damage, and the naval fight looks like Swackle has actually all of his units firing, which is helpful. Blast a bit out of position with some of his frigates. Medusa are down. PJ needs to be regained. Bombers doing damage for Swackle. It would be funny if when you overflowed mass, it would go into the opposing side's bank, yeah. It would. Spend the mass on transport and energies. Yeah, but you see, in this case, you have reclaim. You have significant reclaim. So, going to get reclaim before your opponent can get it, and, you know, you're not going to be able to spend that reclaim, basically. You saw Swackle. He grabbed the reclaim. This is absolutely brutal. He needs to come back and kill that P-Gen. He can. He has enough Medusa. There are some subs out. Oh my god. He's gonna lose it. There's no doubt. He's lost the P-gen. This is brutal. He's so low on power now. Does he have power in the expansion? Any expansion? No, he doesn't. Oh my god. Yeah, he's down to 320 power. That should be dead. Then expand faster. No. You're not listening, dude. So there are some subs. Now the Siren player is not really going to make subs very often because the frigates are so good. Aeon, because the frigates are the weakest, then they will they will make subs a bit more often. They've actually gotten a lot of value. But yeah, frigate fight is going to be won by Swackle for sure. Needs to stop walking around though. Like, you see, if he runs past the... There's no point in moving around so much. Just focus fire. If you're in a frigate battle, just focus fire. Because he's walking back and forth, and the frigate can't shoot backwards. So he runs past units, stops shooting, runs past units again, stops shooting. Just focus fire. Kill them one by one. That's the main frigate micro you need to know. Blast gets another T2P gen up. He makes a PD because, you know, he's trying to learn his lesson here about the drops coming in. But guess what? There's another drop. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, well, the problem with a lot of reclaim early on is that you need build power. And the cheapest build power is the Tech 1 Max. Never forget that the cheapest build power is the Tech 1 Max. It has 10 build power, dude. 10 build power, and it drains 10 mass when you upgrade it. So when you have a lot of mass early on, the whole get all your expansion before you upgrade is kind of out the window. Yeah, well played, Swackle. The drops really won this game, although he did have a more solid start as well, except for the insane overflow. Let's just... Oh wait, oh, what do I need to do? End replay? Will this bring me to score? Yeah. Wow, Blast actually wasted more. He probably wasted that at the end, actually. Just from having no power. Also, yeah, what's up? High blood here. Mass waste of 1800. That was mainly at the start, which is disturbing. But hey. He won the game. Right, so unfortunately their other game, the replay is not there. It's sad. Let's see. What else should we watch? Who do we want to see? Who do we want to see? We have Raider, Tex, Swackle, Blast, Shield, Popo, Auto, Nexus, and me. Maybe we could watch some Raider game. You want the other replay, you can send it. Yeah, sure, send it. It's probably decent. Nexus, says Casper. No, we're covering the Ladder League tourney, dude. That's what this stream is about. Let me... Alright, let's watch Raider Nexus. Hey, where are the games? Oh yeah, Muffin Man. Raider seems to be better than I thought previously. Yeah, he is. He's gotten a lot better very recently. Like, very recently, I mean in the past, say, month or less. Thanks for sending that, Swackle. Okay. Alright, so this is Raider down here. It's UEF mirror. Nexus over here. Bit of lag, sorry about that. There's no me to gatekeep him at 2K. I'm not sure that's the reason, Mosey. I'm never surprised when someone who's 1600 plus moves up to 2K. Well, I mean, why? Also, I don't think people are always surprised. Like, Raider wasn't 1600. He was, he's been 1900 for ages, so I don't think people are surprised that he actually improved. But at the same time, nobody, not even him, can predict when he's going to make the improvement. So the fact that you're never surprised is kind of silly. Because there's plenty of players that will never make that jump. What span of rating is the hardest to pass? Well, the highest rating, obviously. It just gets harder as you go up, so the higher, the more difficult. Lab in, and there's no protection. There's not even scouts from Raider, which is a bit of a misplay. The lab also should not have hung around. It should have left after it got the kill, but still, it did its job. This is basically what it was for, is to deny basically this reclaim. All these rocks here are very, very important for your early build order. Like you can see now, he was actually stalling there because it just went up above 0 once this engineer started reclaiming again. Not sure about this build. Yeah, not sure at all actually. It looks to have way too much power. Yeah, he's overflowing a ton of energy right now, which is pretty ugly to watch. He's over 3 minutes now with no air, and Nexus meanwhile is actually stalling pretty heavily, but he's getting some reclaim. But he already has 4 land factories. This is what Nexus likes to do on this map generally, is a lot of, you know, rush the land factories, make the air a bit later. He kind of messed this one up because you can see he was stalling while making the air factory at least. Maybe going from 1800 to 2000 is not so hard because you're already 1800. No. No. Not really. I mean, look, it's going 300 to 500. Much easier. 1100 to 1300, much easier. It just, you know, the margins just get smaller. The margins get smaller, and 1800 is a very common plateau, actually. Like, in around that area is a very common plateau for people. Very often people can get to 1800 in less than a year. And then getting from there to, you know, 2K, 2100 is very often the most difficult leap. And then from there, where your peak is, you know, who knows. But like, if you even look at the games between, say, 2100 versus 1800, like, 1800 has a lot to learn. That's a really nice raid from Raider. Got this NG, but not before he finished the mexes. But he got this one as well, and he's into the back, and it looks like he can find another kill. He needs to keep those guys moving, though. Nexus with perhaps even more annoying raids here. 3 tanks and a scout. Very helpful. And just all the pressure seems to be from Nexus, except for these 2 tanks, which have now gone idle. He's going to basically run over all the mass points. That's the best way to find the engineers, obviously. So that's a nice move. Hydro coming up, and if we look at the eco, yeah, you really should get that hydro finished. Only finishing this expansion now. I feel like nobody in 1800s, 2100s is at all consistent, so it feels way more random. Maybe. I mean, that's a huge bracket though. 1800 to 2100. I wouldn't even bracket people like that. That's too big of a rating bracket, honestly. With too few people in it as well, so I don't think you can actually group people like that. Engineer at the back went down, which is nice. 100 mass kill on each of them, which is, you know, basically 2 engineer kills each. More factories. Any Tech 2? Getting to Tech 2 faster is very important on this map, and given the time frame we're at, I would expect Tech 2 to be on the way quite soon, given that it's UEF. No Tech 2 at the moment. I'm kind of surprised. I think, yeah, he may be lacking a little bit of mass, but the raids are fantastic. I mean, he is lacking several mexes at the back. Sort of skipped over this one. Bomber doing some damage. Air is a problem for Nexus for sure. But these raids, really nice. Also, he can come around here. Oh, he's found a PD. That's a bit unfortunate. He could have hung around here and killed perhaps all the NGs. This tank should not have run into that expansion. Should always stay at the back once you get back here. Stay at the back. So that's where you're most annoying. Bomber trying to deal with some raids, doing a good job. Still no Tech to land. Oh, is Nexus going to go for Tech 2 air, in fact? Because he is adding another air factory. Maybe that's just a response to having lost air. He just wants to catch up. Invincible. So, bit of a war going on the left side for the plateau. Meanwhile, nobody's on this side yet. Raider only now building a factory up there. It's better to drop engineers with a transport than it is to edge build. So if you do a air control, you know, make it transport. You can even drop engineers here and then drop some tanks or something at the back, get into the back that way. It's very useful. Drops maybe a bit underused these days on Badlands, I would say. People very focused on the on the land, whereas air can be very powerful as well. There is Tech 2, about 30% done. Nexus, slightly ahead on that actually. So both of them, I would say, moving pretty late to Tech 2. Oh wait, which faction would delay T2? Aeon would have to go T2 because mass roars get crushed by suicide bombers T1RD. Do you mean on Badlands or... I don't know, that's very... Oh, look at this push from Raider. Look at the balls on this guy. This goes into the expansion with the ACU. Now... Oh, no. Now, you can't send the units on and retreat with the ACU because... You know, you're going to be completely alone next to 10 factories producing land units, plus Tech 2 units coming out now. So this is a recipe for disaster. If he sends all these units around and leaves his AC alone, that's very, very risky. Yeah. Oh my god, there's a load of units here as well. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's very dead. And I don't know why he didn't see that coming. So that's a... These are the kind of mistakes, I guess, that are just like... I don't know. You just can't do this. This is just lack of awareness, actually. That is brutal. He's certainly... Or at this point, he's already 6k mass behind, by the way. So it's not like he's suiciding in one position, but still, that was not a good move. It's so late in the game. If you're gonna do that with the ACU, you need to do it a lot sooner. That's just very silly. That's really silly maneuver. Like 11 minutes, dude, when there's like over 100 units on your enemy side of the map. Not possible. Not possible. Unless you're already... Like, here's the scenario where you could do it. 1, you go sooner. 2, you don't switch to Tech 2 land, and you make a lot of factories, and you even make them on the side that you're going to walk into. So, and then you have almost all your units with you. That's where it could work. However... You're just playing a normal Badlands game where you're ecoing, you're making Tech 2 land. Like, he's making PGen right now. Simultaneously walking into the enemy expansion with no upgrades. What? What? Come on. What do you expect? Nexus is never going to let you get away with that. Also, Nexus is tough on Badlands, though. Game was over, and I just wanted to start the next game after that. Okay. What's up, Sebastian? What's up, Pauli? What did you say when you think over Conor McGregor? I don't know, he's a dope. Who's lost his mind. Build order lost for minute 2. I mean, the build order was terrible. But I don't think that actually necessarily lost him the game. It made it way more difficult. I will say. Right. Next, it's got Cybran. Raider has Seraphim. Cybran's better than Sarah here. Probably. Probably. I would say... Probably. I mean, T2 air options, I don't think they're really better for Cybran necessarily. I think having Jesters is kind of nice, but quite niche. Mostly it's about the Mantis. Yeah, the Tech 2 air is good, but Seraphim have very good Tech 2 air as well. Better Tech 2 air, I'd say. But this game, this map is very difficult to play. Opening is quite important. Already Raider is down a mechs, I just want to say. And he's going to still be down a mechs. So Nex is going to get to this faster. So that's pretty much already being behind. At 2 minutes, you really have to prioritize getting the mass extractors because you only have 6 of them at the start. If you're Sarah, be like 2 or 3 scouts. Yeah, definitely, Brian. Definitely make them Selines and get them into different spots, and you know, just use them for intel as well as looking for engineers. Yeah, Tex won. Tex won the tournament. This is true. Wait, do I have the challenge? Yeah. Alright, 3 factories already for Nexus. That is basically all you can afford in the opening. So as you can see, he's basically not building anything at this point. He's building like, what, 1 P-Gen? He actually decides, let's not, in fact. Let's instead assist the air factory. And that's a good decision. And the ACU is heading over to this expansion now. Engineers to each of the 3 expansions on the front. 1 engineer to the side. And another NG will probably go to the side. Maybe this guy will walk over here. Yeah, the mexes are queued. 1 Celine versus NG is not a great matchup. It actually is perfectly... It's much better than it used to be because now Celines can shoot... Well, that's not a Celine. But now Celines can shoot. They can turn their turret. Before they could only shoot forwards, which made them very bad at raiding NGs. Now they're actually very capable of killing NGs. They still don't have... They have the same... You know, they still have pretty low DPS. But, so it takes a little while, but it can certainly kill NGs without much trouble. So he has Imba as fuck, says Bloodier. I mean... It's very nice. It's very nice. I don't know if it's Imba as fuck. I think Zui is more Imba than Celine, actually. Although they're both super good, I'd say. Celines can kill mech marines if the micro is good. They can. They can. It's true. But they really shouldn't. You shouldn't allow that to happen. But so looks like it's going to be a really nice fight. Oh, this hurts. He needs to get the other tank involved. This is where micro is, you know, underrated. Like this. He needs to take out the low HP tank. And now he's even using a bomber to fight this. Don't get the NG in there. No. 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 Don't lose the NG. Jesus. Yeah, that was unnecessary. He actually lost the... I think he vetted before... I think he only survived because of the vet there. That was extremely bad for Raider. Super good for Nexus. And it all started with a 2v1. Mantis versus Tham. And yeah, the whole expansion is denied. And the Mantis survives and will lead the charge against this expansion. Which is... Oh man, if he doesn't get this factory, it's going to be very painful. And now... That... Look, he'll even scout the bomber. Oh, the bomber gets a kill. Over here we have a bomber. And the NG dodged. The NG survived. Wow, he killed a tank and Celine there. With the commander. Transport is scouted. Nexus continues the pressure on this position, which is very nice. And if we look, how many more units does Nexus have? 27 versus 5. There's only 5 tanks. He has 1 land factory in the base. He has 1 here. Oh, he did actually manage to finish this. Lost the radar and an NG. Yeah, this looks very bad. He's so far behind on Mantis, or on tanks right now. He's not really that far ahead on air. Well, actually, that was a really good fight. But the land difference is much greater than the air difference. Does win that battle. Drops 2 NGs here. Invest in 2 factories. I don't like investing in 2 factories here, I'll be honest. I like 1 factory. I think 2 is too much. 1 with the element of surprise is plenty. And plus a bomber means that, I mean, there's no threat. You can simply walk over there and capture the mexes. And all you should really build is maybe a couple of anti-air. Building a lot of tanks here is not going to help you too much unless you immediately send them towards the back of the base, or even this expansion, which can be attacked easily. The PD only defends... Realistically, this PD may not even defend this mechs. Because if you attack the mechs from this side, the PD is not going to reach. You can have a tank here and kill this. Certainly have a tank here and kill this. You can have a tank here and kill this. So, PDs are quite easily avoided. Muffin Man, get shooting. Get shooting while they're in range. Don't let them run past you. This map is always a challenge indeed. Nexus has killed the top right hand side. Bottom left has been killed by a bomber actually. So yeah, very messy, but the middle and just overall tank numbers were at 55. Quite a lot of anti-air as well. So yeah, Nexus still significantly ahead in tanks, and he will be trying, I'm sure, to get back into air and actually take air control at some point. But that's, you know, it's a little bit in the future because there's so many inties. Problem is that these inties are going to run out of fuel very soon because they're constantly flying around, and meanwhile the inties are not going to get control of the center of the map for Raider. It's not happening. He is making Tech 2 air though. And he's going to make gunships, I would assume. There is an option to basically pause everything and just make gunships and try and kill the ACU. He does have 3 factories next to him, which makes it a little more difficult. I love how he has these mexes. These mexes consistently will get like captured and recaptured in certain games. There's so many tanks here. 17 tanks. Yeah, huge waste here. Wouldn't air staging be useful? Yes. It would be very useful. And now that Nexus has middle, he can send his tanks in all directions. He can send them over here, kill this expansion. Send them over here to kill this expansion. Send them even all the way to this corner, potentially. What's up, Bitter? And... well, we shall see what happens. There's no eco at the moment, which is not surprising at all. That nobody's invested in an economy. Is it a waste? It's what a waste. All of these tanks down here? Yes, because they haven't done anything yet. Realistically, you need like 2 tanks to take this expansion. And in his case, he didn't need any because he bombed the NG that was there. But he's made, you know, 1,400 mass worth of stuff that has really achieved nothing. So yeah, it's a huge waste. And now he is at 53 tanks. A huge amount of them are down here. And Nexus is 134. This expansion goes down. And Nexus is going to... well, it's very difficult for him to lose. He's walking home, which actually can be riskier than staying where you are. Because as he's walking home, he's not bringing any anti-air with him. So, and he's also not walking like towards this expansion and then towards this expansion. He's just walking through the wasteland with nothing around him, no tech upgrades either, so I think he'd be safe for staying put, actually. Yeah, he's running into the base now, which is not really what you want to do. You want to run basically into attack this expansion. Maybe you can kill the back mexes here. But you don't run into the base. You just don't do it. You can't get away with that. Nexus now should be... certainly is sensing some threat. However, he's kind of alone. He's got 5 gunships. This is all that he's going to get to be able to kill this. Looks like he may have been scouted there because the inties are coming to cover... the ACU. Yeah, Inti spotted. Oh, Raider doesn't know where he is. So he's coming to the expansion looking for him. And this is going to waste a lot of time. It's critically going to waste a lot of time. And he's not bringing his Intis with the gunships. Come on, you have one job. You have one job. Gunships show up. He's actually kind of getting close to finding Nexus. And the gunships are dead. Yeah. Don't control your stuff separately in that scenario. Don't control gunships separately to inties. At all there. There's no point. You will just screw it up. There's no benefit to it. You just, well, it's not really hard. You just select them all together. And then, yeah, if you give a massive move order, then the inties will race ahead. But if you give shorter orders, then they won't race ahead. And, yeah, make some air scouts to find the ACU. Definitely helps. But I don't think it could really have worked. You can see all the factories are producing anti-air. It's creeping Tech 1 anti-air as well. I don't know. I mean, look, if you're flying blind into the fog of war, then there's no way you can really position yourself to not get potentially wrecked by enemy inties coming in behind you. So I'd say it's just better to be on top of the gunships as much as possible. Yes, that's Blood Deer. If Nex had no inties at all, could the sniper have worked? At that point, probably I don't think he would have died. But I think he would have been close to dying, to be honest. Okay, let's watch Swakla Nexus. Struggle games incoming. UEF Seraphim for Swakle, I guess. Swakle, what faction did you ban? I'm sure he banned UEF for you. I can link Bloodear's Twitch. Wait, what's it? Oh wait, what is this Twitch called? Let me just search for Bloodear. Yeah, that's all. You banned Sarah, okay. He banned UEF. Yeah, makes sense. I think Cybern is quite good here. Seraphim, always good, but you know. I think I prefer Cybern here. Cybern and UEF. Just as blur. What do you mean? Now, will Swakle overflow 1800 mass in the opening? Probably not, because he doesn't have Salem Rex to overflow. Well, shields are pretty important. Eh. I don't really think so. I mean, they're nice to have, but like... bricks are nice to have. Bricks are very nice to have. I would like to have Cybran versus Seraphim, or even Aeon. Versus UEF, I would be less enthused by Cybran though. Like, yeah, if I was picking Cybran, I would ban UEF. I'll put it that way. I wouldn't want Cybran versus UEF. Because the Percys are pretty brutal against... yeah, it looks like Swak just has a worse build here. I mean, he's got too much power in the bank. There's no reason to walk here instead of building here because he has resources in the bank. He'll... yeah, overall next is just a better build. You can see he didn't walk here. He didn't build one here. Instead just went to the expansion. And he's going to build one mech and then get a factory up. He's trying to hide. And he's successfully hiding, actually. Pathfinding might screw with him a bit. It's actually very nice to have UEF HP because it just blocks. You can just block way more damage because every second the NG builds, it adds way more health to this factory than it would to, say, a Cybern one, which has much less in total. So it's actually quite nice to be able to block with UEF stuff. Probably abuse Sarah a lot more. Early tank Selena micro, you practically always kill an NG. Yeah. Well, you know, versus Sarah, I would. You just have to play around that. Obviously, if you're against Seraphim and you only defend with like a Mantis, you're kind of messing up, really. Also, if you're not scouting where the threats are coming from. So Celine fails to get the NG kill there. Striker shows up. Nexus is taking most of the mass at the front of his base here. Taking trees at the back. Don't know what you're supposed to do, make a lab. Well, I would... Oh my god. Celine uncloaks itself to get an NG kill. This is so nasty. Is he gonna get another one? Nexus needs to hide behind his factory again. Oh, he cloaked again. Ah, he cloaked because he has a tank here, so he's just gonna use the tank anyway. It's always gonna be scout and tank fight. Well, no, what I would think is that you make labs so that you basically slow down his tanks from moving across. That's what I would do. Because yeah, if you use labs, then his first tham or whatever is going to oh my god, he got another kill. His first tank is going to react to the lab, and then you probably are able to defend because it's later on. Last game I forgot to micro my tham versus Mantis. Mantis won with 100 HP left. It's the first unified and lost via energy. Yeah, you see, you know, early micro is relevant, and that's this is ridiculous. When is he going to send some tanks here to deal with the cancer? Oh my god. Finally the Celine goes down. There's still a tank here with 4 kills, almost 200 mass killed. Brutal. So the left expansion's still untaken now. Finally a factory will finish. Quite ridiculous. Swackle. Yeah, that's wasteful from Nexus. Couple of free kills there for Swackle's ACU. Tech 2 land 55%. Tech 2 land already finished for Nexus. And a transport is out. He's probably going to grab some of these guys. Maybe some at the back. We grab these ones. And he'll probably be dropping the side as Nexus actually scouts and then targets a bomber. Drops one bomb and a striker and goes down. The unit's moving up here. I guess he'll drop to this side seeing as he sends units here. No, in fact he's going left side. It seems more likely that... Seems more sensible to kind of go to the right hand side. Wow. More... This pressure is good, even though he's kind of... It's a little bit wasteful, I will say. Unless he gets this NG. No, he doesn't. It's a little bit wasteful, but putting that kind of pressure is still good. Oh, there goes most of that Inti's HP. He actually sent it after the transport, so parts are... I don't know, is there... No, there's no Inti Rex in the middle. Also, nobody taking the middle yet. Transport needs to land. Nexus reacts immediately. He may have actually seen the Inti come across here already. Moves the transport away before it dies to prevent additional damage on the engineers. And he goes for a factory. Why are there 4 anti-air in this army? That's not very useful. Except it makes the army look a bit scarier if it's just radar blips. Right, so Tech 2 land, Tech 2 PGen halfway, Nexus long since finished, and, well, maybe not long since, but he has a lot of build power. I don't think Nexus really meant to build this many engineers on repeat. Pretty sure he didn't want 6 T2 engineers. Can't use the mass. Making bombers, I would kind of expect a Tech 2 air, but I guess it's just the lack of mass means that he's like, well, let's just, you know, let's use a few bombers first. Let's use a few bombers. If we look at the reclaim amounts, we have Swackle 12k rising rapidly. Actually similar for Nexus, so both of them doing quite well on reclaim, I will say. If they're at 12k at 9 minutes, that's actually quite solid. Swackle needs to move on to this area now. I'm trying to think what... I had some sort of benchmark for this map, but I can't remember what it was. Maybe it's like 15k by 10 minutes or something like that. Just to judge how quickly you should grab the mass. So, second PGen. Oh no, he's building... Wait, yeah, he's building a THAM. He's building THAMs. He's assisting a Tech 1 factory with his HQ. So that's not great. Does he have any Tech 2 units now? No, he doesn't. Wow. To be honest, Nexus doesn't either, because he literally just built Tech 2 engineers for several minutes. But now he's going Tech 3. He may make some support factories. He probably won't make many though. Might make one or something. No, in fact. None. He has quite a lot of Tech 1 factories. Quite a few NGs. Over 100 NGs now. Bombers taking out the top side. What's up, Guybrush? My message was censored. What's up, Test? What did you say? You called me a BOW. What is that? I don't even know what a BOW is. 60% Tech 3 land. Ooh. Yeah, the kill ratio is absurd. I must say 1.7 is not something you will see in most games. Now maybe he got some from killing civilians though. Maybe that helped. But yeah, that's quite an extreme kill ratio. Swackle still ahead on reclaim actually, but we'll see how long it lasts. He's ahead on reclaim, he's slightly ahead on mass, but map control a bit behind, and Tech 3 land majorly behind. I don't know, figure it out. There's ways to get around the censorship. Build order wanker. You have a very sneaky scout. Oh, you do? You mean this guy? This used to be classic maneuver to drop in the corner, by the way. You don't see it so often anymore. Because, you know, it was classic and then people always looked for it. So then people stopped doing it. But now people don't look for it as much. So I guess it can work again. That's Tech 2 PD, Tech 2 and Gun ACU. Big investment. And the PD is shooting the ground. Yeah, that's not great. It's not really a good position for PD. For one, it's too close to that side where it can't shoot, and it's too far away from like anything useful over here. Nexus actually making an upgrade. It's very normal to get Tech 2 on this map. Oh, build order whore. Well, that's not build order whoring. I didn't whore a build. I just sort of watched the replays and noticed how quickly people could grab the mass. Tech 3 mechs. Before Tech 3 land. Alright, Swackle, alright. Flimsy defense. Look, I build order whore in my mind, not in sandbox. Yeah, the army's looking really weak right now. 10 Ilshavo versus 8 Titans. That's not even close. That is not even close in terms of what these things can do. Not the best place to fight. Too many civilian buildings in the way. I'm learning all the wrong lessons from my game versus duty. Yeah, that you shouldn't. There's nothing really. You really couldn't learn much from that game, honestly. Or at least you shouldn't. Okay, oh, he's found the base here in the corner. And the Titans are going to run through. He needs to not run into the ACU. But the ACU is actually not in the expansion. He's coming over, though. But yeah, this is the beauty of Titans. Another reason why I like UEF and Cyber on this map is the fast Tech 3. Not just the fact they have strong Tech 3 tanks like Percy's and Bricks. They also have the Loyas and Titans, which are just very useful early on. Especially Titans with the nice shield that recharges very quickly. It looks like that guy's going to go down before he recharges though, sadly. It's another dead Titan. Usually people wait until they lose a unit to actually back up. They're like, oh, I'm actually losing units now, so I guess I'll retreat. He's just going to regroup and pick a different point of attack because he has much faster units. He can run towards here, but again, there's actually a shield and a PD, which is surprising. That's another Tech 3 mechs. Nexus is only making his first one right now, actually. But he has got a lot of Tech 2, full Tech 2, and quite a few storages. No, I don't give people good build orders. I mean, I do critique their build orders, but I'm more trying to tell them how to actually play the game. Because, you know, build orders, there's ways and means. If you learn one build order for one map, but you'd have no idea why it works like that, then, you know, you can play the first 10 minutes of one map. I'd rather inform them of a lot of other things as well. And maybe explain why you need to adjust the build in a certain way based on the resources available. Which is a lot more useful long term. Even though Nexus was crushing farms. Wait, what's farms? Oh, Farm still said he played only okay for standards. Yeah. No, I think so. Like, I played him in the first round of this, and I mean, he hasn't played at his best at all in the past, I don't know, 6 months. So in the last tournament he wasn't super strong either. The last tournament I saw him playing wasn't at his best. Being facetious, that is a great word, I will say. Props to you for facetious. But yeah, I got that. But also, even if people are being facetious, I should still kind of like to clarify those things. Everyone may not get it. I'd pay to play versus Jacob, but def gonna lose. Might win against Kyle. Yeah, Kyle's doesn't really play the game, so. So I don't have a tier for playing a game against me on Patreon. Right, so Nexus, again, he just had a big Tech 3 advantage. He's there faster. I love the use of the Tech 3 MMLs. Unfortunately, he is... Oh my god, he actually killed... He killed all the mexes there. He even killed the reclaim on a lot of them. So, sadly they went down. They could have perhaps been saved, but they did a lot of damage. Swaklev anyway back at this point. I would say... He needed to start on a plan a little while ago. $9k mass in units. 29k mass in units. 14 Percies. Yeah, there's not really way back. He needed to already be working on a plan beforehand. So... he isn't, by the looks of it. He is going to Tech 3 Air. He didn't make the PGen. He's actually going to have a second PGen before he makes T3 Air. So that's not great. Nexus is going to be a Tech 3 Air basically at the same time. So he's not really going to have an advantage in that. And I think these are the kind of games where you can't lose. As in, not that it's impossible, but that if you lose these games, then you have, like, if you lose them more than extremely rarely, then you have a lot to learn. These are the games you don't throw away. You can't throw away. So Boston, how's it going? Could be fixed with balance. Could it though? At what cost? Oh, Continental drop of Percy's into the base. Now that might just end the game. PGens should go down in single volley. Splits them up to avoid OC damage. 2 T3 PGens. Tech 2 PGens now being targeted. After that, probably the HQs would be the best target. There goes the Tech 2 PGens. And yeah, he's going to take out the Tech 3 land HQ. Tech 3 land HQ now. Well, the game ended pretty quickly there, Bluger, I will say. And I mean, realistically, once the Percy's land in your base, you should control K. Really. Like, as you can see, they've taken almost no damage. There's nothing to kill them. If people scouted more, they might control K earlier. Maybe. He did, I agree. But like, I think a lot of people play in a way that's like just not. I think that the way some people play is not actually good, but it does keep games going for a long time. And versus players who are not the best, that can actually work out for them. But trying that against other players just needlessly prolongs the game and doesn't actually give you additional chances to win. Like me versus Blast on Via. Maybe something like that. Yeah, maybe. To be honest, there's not that many games in this tournament over 20 minutes. Now that I look at it, like Nexus has one. That game was 22 minutes. That's it. 2 games over 20 minutes. One of them was 22 minutes. The other was 30. So really, I think the length of FAF games is overblown. In 1v1s, like it's they're not that long generally. It's very rare to have a long game actually. So we got map gen. Ten by 10. Quite open on the sides. 2 big recon patches right next to each other here. There's a lab. You see the game is beyond over kind of sucks. Yeah, but like... is there anything where this is not the case? Because the problem is that it's always like probabilistic. There's no 100%, there's very few, let's say. Maybe no. 100% the game is over now, but it continues. And especially in subcom, there's so many things, like there are ways to, because you only have to kill the ACU, there are ways to win, even if you're losing heavily. Isn't the case in AoE 2? I mean, it is the case in AoE 2 as well. It's not like it doesn't happen. People can lose villagers in the opening and it's like, oh, well, you know, are you really going to just instantly quit if you lose 2 villagers in a tournament? No, you're still going to play because there's still a chance. But realistically, your chances might be very slim. Nice kills there. NG, radar. Nex is already moving out. He's moving out quickly with the ACU to secure the expansion and the mass. Well, sure, mangonels, but like... Oh, he's gonna lose the NG. And this is the beauty of having... Oh, what? No drop. What is the bomber doing? I was gonna say that's the beauty of sending the ACU there. Bomber can't deny him from reclaiming. I don't know, there's like... even in AoE 2, there's less possibilities. I mean, yeah, Mango is capable of doing insane damage. But like... I don't know. Could have a strap bomber. Bomb a lot of stuff. Win an air fight. Start doing damage everywhere. Snipe an ACU. You know, you can't snipe an ACU in any other game. That level of comeback potential is just not to be underestimated. No tanks being sent to this expansion. There's one tank here defending. There's a load of tanks spewing down this way. Oh. NG. 12 HP. Oh, he actually saves the NG with 6 HP. You can't tell he mazed in other games. Exactly. Bomber cleaning up these tanks. Seems like Swackle has just a solid build. I mean, this is gonna hurt him though. Unless he can find this NG, he actually could potentially find this NG. I don't really like how he's sending the tanks in this direction. I would be, you know, just aim for the expansion. Heading towards the main base seems questionable. Maybe kill this max. Oh. Oh my god. It's a bloodier air move. Pretty wasteful with some of these attacks here. Pretty wasteful. Don't commit more units. Don't commit more units to this. Yeah, RT and Anti are mixed in immediately for Swackle. Not a fan. Not a fan of that. Still tons of mass here for Nexus that he hasn't grabbed. Which is kind of surprising. Swackle, you can see, he's already grabbed it. A long time ago. Nobody thinking about middle, even though there's significant amounts of mass here. No mexes though, so maybe that's why they're ignoring it. Both players struggling to take the expansion on their left. Swackle's ACU... I don't understand why he sent the ACU here. Like... Why do you have like 2 reclaim piles and an expansion here to secure, and you instead walk to here where there is literally nothing, and your expansion over here is dying? So why just why? I find myself regularly frustrated watching games of FAF. So many things are a mystery to me. The more I know, the less I know. Early RD mixed into Q is bad. It is generally. When you're on a very open map like this, tanks are the main thing. As you can see, Nexus has no artillery. No artillery. Because artillery loses to tanks. It's not useful in land combat. It is only useful... Right, well, let me rephrase. Most of the time, for most of the game, especially early on, artillery is not going to be useful for land combat. Tanks will beat it. Because the RD will miss. It's really useful only for killing PDs. Now there's only 2 expansions here. So unless you're actually getting to the expansion late enough that there's going to be a PD there, then an RT is going to help. However, realistically, you're trying to get to the expansion before they even have time to build a PD. which is what's happened here. Swakal looks like he could run over this. And he's actually going to save... These 3 mechs are still built, so even though he lost the NG or whatever, it doesn't really matter. He got 3 mechs. And he's dropping forward and getting PD. Nice. That's a nice move. That is a nice move. There's also some reclaim here. He really should drop in the middle. There's so much reclaim to be grabbed. That's what Nexus is doing. Now, here I definitely recommend you don't just drop to one spot, though. Because they're right next to each other. You'd nearly also just drop here first, even. But, Nexus now... Oh my god, Swakal has made the gun. And Nexus is walking towards radar blips with his commander, which is outrageous. Never mind the fact that he has gun. Now that he'll see he has gun, and he could actually control K immediately. Yeah, there you go. No need to wait around. That was an incredible mistake by Nexus. I mean, there's not even really a reason to walk outside your base, though. There's no reason to leave here, especially with no units, certainly. So the gun actually ended up being irrelevant there, which is funny, because I mean the gun basically made it so he was definitely going to control K. Without the gun, he's still going to die though. So there's no units here. There's nothing. These factories aren't even... Oh, they were actually producing. That's why my AC was there. Yeah, okay. Tech 2 land as well. Kind of cost him. Like his AC was alone. Tech 2 land and moving your AC out alone. Pretty bad. And it kind of cost him this expansion. Now he probably could take it back relatively soon. But, well. Swakal was going to walk through here. Whether the AC was here or the AC was here, Swakal was going to walk into here with the gun and some units. And that was not going to be held onto either. So I think Swakal was in a solid position, and the Tech 2 land was probably not the right move. Nice win for Swakal. Alright, let's see who wins the decider between them. That's 1-1, and they're all best of 3 series, by the way. Hey, bully. What's up, Alex? Volatility of subcom dips in Tech 2, Tech 3 stage, increases in XP game ender stage. It kind of, yeah. Don't know, it's just very dependent on a lot of things. That was my first ever win against Nexus. Wow. Nice one. Congrats. Paying to play with someone is a time-honored profession. You should add it. OnlyFans when? Okay, Swakal looks to be planning... Okay, third air. He's not building the air factory next to the Hydro, which is obviously disturbing. Nexus going second air, which is probably more normal. It's the first series I fought against Nexus in a tournament. Probably because you've hosted so many tournaments that you haven't been able to be a part of. That's probably one of the main reasons. That you're not getting to play him very much. Celine versus Mech Marine. Celine actually has more range, but it needs to kite perfectly, basically, to fight against a Mech Marine. Not this time. This Celine actually sneaks past. It's being chased by a mech. So with a mech chasing, it's going to be very... It's not really going to have the DPS to kill the NG. And actually, Swackle just took a bit of a zigzag there to allow the mech to get into range of its weapon. So the mech was trailing a bit too far behind. And now Nexus dodging back and forth and allowing the Celine to get past again. Celine will turn its attention back to the mech now. Mech trying to get into range, but it's very low HP. And they actually kill each other. Holy crap, he's so close to surviving there. And if he survived, he has a very good chance of killing the NG. Nexus wondering why Celines are beating Mech Marines or doing well against Mech Marines. Similar bases for both of them. 3 land factories and an air factory apiece. Celine tried to get through here, I think, but was caught. Yeah, here it is. Or not a Celine, maybe a mech. However, Swaka looking in a bit of trouble in his front expansion, where there's 3 tanks and a scout denying him. And over here, Nexus has his ACU already. He has 2 of the Mexes, which are misaligned with the decals, and a land factory. It's also closer to this expansion. And yeah, Nexus just ahead here. 900 mass reclaimed. It's 400 more than Swackle. There's 8 tanks. There's actually an anti-air already, which is... You hate to see it. You don't really want to have to make an anti-air. Striker denied. There's quite a lot of reclaim here. Around the cliff and around these cliffs here. It has to be grabbed, and the main concentration of mass is in these two piles here. Mirrored on the other side, of course. Tank lays in wait. It already has 93 mass killed. And no kills of its own. And it just waits and gets a nice kill on this NG. Pretty good. Pretty good. Always nice to hide tanks in next to mexes that haven't been built yet, because it happens very often that those NGs are not accompanied to the mechs. And you get some free kills. And also, there's generally not going to be intel before you reach the mexes. You're not going to have intel on what's at the mex point before you get there, unless you're quite active with air scouts. And you moving forward. Should be taken out once the striker's out of the picture. Oh, another striker appears. NG actually getting past. You might be able to get a bit of reclaim. Nexus comes in with 2 inties, 2v2, and Nexus should win that. Yeah. He actually doesn't lose an intie either. He killed 2 for 0. And then arrives with 3 more inties. Just, I don't know why they were so late, but there you go. Oh, PD goes up. Scoot says play with Swackle. That's about €20. Thank you very much for the donation. Do I get any of that? Well, about that, yeah. Well, thank you very much for the donation. I'm down to play Swackle. But is Swackle down to play me? Also, it was Bloodir that was looking for the game. Next walks into the expansion. There's a PD here. But there's also an ACU. So he's going to walk over that. He's got some tanks around. This PD actually did go down. There was an artillery for Swackle, which is nice. Is he going to be able to hold on to this? There's too many units coming in. Nexus staying on Tech 1, making a lot more factories. There's just very few factories. Actually, Tech 2 from Swackle. And yeah, it's looking very, very bad for Swackle. If we look at what he has, I mean, yeah, now his presence here is denied. He doesn't have the. He didn't kill all the mexes even. He left quite a lot of reclaim in his own dead tanks and his enemies' dead tanks, and he does not have any Tech 2 units out yet. Meanwhile, there's almost 100 Tech 1 for. He has 5 times the units right now. Nexus has 5 times the units. I think Nexus could probably. Well, I was thinking about the gun, but he really doesn't have energy for that. So maybe after he builds these pigeons, the gun would be pretty solid approach. He could also slowly move to Tech 2 land as well. At this point, he has a lot of mass. Maybe not worth it here. Not really. No. I think when the map first came out, people would invest in like a factory and a frigate because you can actually kill, I think, some of these mexes back here. But now people don't make navy. It's just it isn't worth it actually. Trust me, I'm a fat professional. 10 by 10 map gen, Fox only, no items. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what game that's a reference to. Is that a MOBA thing? Nice overcharge. Oh, he just bombed himself. Swackle just bombed himself with 2 bombers. That's... Is he gonna bomb himself again? Yes, he did. Swackle, stop. Stop bombing yourself, please. Almost dropped there. And he goes down. GG. Nexus really sealed the deal on this one. He closed it out pretty clinically. Yeah, he was actually on the way to Tech 2 land there. Good stuff. Very little power wasted for both of them actually. 9k in a 12-minute game is quite low. Sometimes the energy wasted, you're like, oh wow, yeah, that was really low energy wasted. Sometimes it just means that they stalled power a lot rather than they actually balanced properly. So you have to pay attention to be able to tell whether it was a good or a bad thing necessarily. Alright, Swackle, you want to play? What does wasted energy means? It means energy that was overflowed. So if your power bar is full and you're at plus whatever, that's all overflowed into the void and therefore wasted. Alright, I'll host. Should we do map gen, will we? What should we do? Tournament? Oh, you hosted, okay. Perfect. Oh, this is fine. Nice map name. Quite a bit of mass here actually. Very open. 40 by 40 map gen. Oh yeah, just fix. I guess you need to fix teams. That's all. Looks a bit like Crazy Rush. What? What? I think he needs to fix teams, right? I don't know, I thought it would put us on the same team. Right, we're not going to build any P-gens for the Hydra. We only have 2 mexes. Bit of a tricky opening, I guess, then. Because, like, there's not many mexes around. I'm going to have to reclaim, like, all of this. And this, obviously. And, oh, it's a mirror as well. Okay. Labs. It's a Requiem. How could you tell? Well, you know, does this look like Crazy Rush to you? If so, why? So we're gonna adjust the rally points so that the mechs come out this side. 2 tanks there, Jesus. Why? I'm overflowing shit. It's a pretty bad build. Also, it's lagging, which sucks. Okay, I guess that was why it was lagging. There's his commander. Damn. What? Does he not have air? I should have attack moved here to get that mass, actually. This stall is very nasty. We really didn't finish that mix. Yeah, it doesn't look good for us now. Maybe with some bombing we can do a decent bit. But like, yeah, I could have saved this NG probably. Oh, is that again here? Okay. Still not sure. If he's got like Tech 2 land, then it's not going to be great. If he doesn't have Tech 2 land, we actually might be okay. Maybe he's got something else though. Ah. Where's the commander? Is he here? Oh. He's in the middle. He's actually got 2 PDs there. Yeah, we haven't really macroed properly here.
Commander under attack. Commander under attack.
He's going over here with his AC. Okay, fine.
Commander under attack. Commander under attack.
Doesn't have the gun.
Commander under attack. Commander under attack. Commander under attack.
Oh, that was bad though. have to take back this bottom left, and we need to transition to Tech 2 here as well. That's what we need. Fuck, he's not gonna give me a chance. Probably. Oh, I lost the energy storage. And he's got the gun. I'm not gonna finish the gun. Fuck it.
Commander under attack.
It's a bit sad to lose that factory, but okay. Man, can't finish it. Just cannot finish it. Fuck's sake.
Commander under attack. Commander under attack.
Stop killing that bullshit, dude. Holy fuck.
Commander under attack.
What a cancer game.
Commander under attack.
Typical of Swackle to have an absolute cancer game.
Commander under attack.
Fuck it, I'm dead.
Commander
God, I
under
hate
attack.
this fucking garbage. What is that? My AC just went idle. Went utterly idle.
Commander under attack.
This kind of stuff bothers me. These kind of games. So, Mike. No, I just didn't have the gun. It's just... I don't know, certain playstyles. What kind of games do you host? Mike? I mean, I guess you're... Are you in the US? US nights. Yeah, it's just the time zone is kind of the issue, basically. Mapgen 2v2, 4v4. Mapgen is probably your best bet. Maybe you need to chill more in Aeolus. Or something. But nighttime US is just not a good time zone for playing FAF, basically. That's the main issue. Do you watch your replays? You mean me? I do watch my replays, yeah. Honestly, I'd watch the ones I win though. I don't watch all the games that I lose. I do watch a decent few of them, but well, all depends on the game. What was the cast about? We were watching the August Ladder League games. Before we played Swackle. There's a tournament on Saturday. You should watch your losses on stream for real. No. Not really. I don't think it's... Well, it's not that enjoyable. And the games are not necessarily interesting at all. So... Beautiful, Pauli. That was a nice roast. So bollocks. Blast only watches good replays. None of which are his. Damn. Got a real garbage game. So Space Monkey. Yeah, probably gonna leave it there now. It's 2 hours 40. It's a pretty long one. Next stream we'll watch POV stuff from the tournament. I guess. Some interesting games there. Alright. Thanks for watching. I wasn't going to continue on anyway, Swoggle. Well played. See you next time, guys.